Hey everybody. Welcome to the third official episode of Circle and Square Podcast. Ben Eisenberg, Blake Koscheva. You know us, you love us. 5 of you listen to us.
The first episode had like 30 downloads. The last one had like 7.
I know. Maybe
I think we lost all of our Russian followers.
even the Russian bots don't want to listen to us. How was your week?
Good. It's cold here in Omaha, Nebraska. They're about to like alternate shutting off our power.
No, so we're like, oh, we better do this before they.
What do they call it? A rolling blackout?
Called it a rolling blackout. I don't know. I don't know if they've ever done.
It sounds like when you
I don't
when
remember
you get really drunk and take Molly. A rolling blackout. I'm into it.
It does, yeah. I'm into it in theory. I don't know how much in practice I'll be into it. Your Blake's apartment reminds me of mine, to where like the windows are like, they're new storm windows, but they're still like kind of shitty. And I guess it's just being on the side of a building and like
yeah, they're very cold.
And it's really cold outside, yeah. But it's, oh my god, the floor is
negative 28 tomorrow before the wind chill.
That's insane. I was gonna go to Walmart and like get a space heater, but I'm sure they're like all out because they were all out of like window treatment stuff. I had to order some on Amazon.
You're a real hardcore leftist, aren't you? Going to Walmart?
At least I steal from it. Just kidding. I've never see, that's a joke.
I always steal from Walmart. I actually got caught. I got caught stealing from Walmart not that long ago.
Yeah, I'm a steal from Walmart kind of person too. And the last thing I took was this like I got like a cast iron skillet. I was like, I really want this. And then
I got caught stealing a New York strip steak, and she's like, I went and I did just like the produce ring up, and I always do this wherever I go. I always just ring up everything as like aroma tomato.
Yeah, or you just ring everything up as like, well, I'll get like 8 avocados, and then I'll ring up like 3. That's how I steal from places. So, but that cast iron skillet, I had so much other stuff that I just kept on putting my bags in my cart because they wouldn't fit on the scale, and then I was kind of like, oh, I could just put my bags over this and then leave, you know?
When it says, like, when you're doing it, it'll give you, like, a button you can press, and it's like, don't scale this item. Or
you
just
don't, skip bagging or whatever.
Yeah,
or skip,
I always use that.
Yeah, like put in cart.
Wow, we're really framing ourselves for a lot of theft.
Good thing no one listens to this at all, as we just covered. It was funny when my friend in Austin was showing me his vinyl collection because he was also moving, and it's like a bunch of pop music and stuff, but it's all like what would probably be like $30 vinyl records, at like Walmart or Target or something. And he was like, I stole this one from Walmart, and I stole this one from Walmart, and I stole this one from Walmart, and I stole this one from. I was like, first of all, I was like, like how do you steal a record's kind of wide, even I don't know, but also like. Hell yeah.
The Walmarts here in Omaha, I don't think sell records, do they?
I think some of them do in the entertainment section I've seen, and like in Target too, has like
Dude,
vinyl.
The entertainment section of Walmart is Walmart.
Because the whole thing is entertaining to be there.
Yeah, just watch the people that walk through Walmart. That is the entertainment section.
There's always the same. They alternate greeters, but it's always someone with a mask like under their nose, like not covering their nose.
Yeah, neck masks.
I guess I shouldn't say that about Walmart greeters. That would be offensive or something, but because I realized I'm like, oh yeah, well, it makes sense. A lot of the stuff ties into my week. It's my weekend. We're recording this on Monday.
Oh yeah, you caused that giant wreck in outside of Dallas, didn't you? I forgot about that. He is liable for 6 lives that were lost. 130 cars.
No, I think this ended up being like 10 or something. But I mean, but anyway, so for everyone who doesn't know, which is everyone. I went.
No, it was big news. It was news here.
No, I mean like me going down to Texas.
Oh, you killing those people? Yeah. He's
so
banned from the state of Texas.
I decided I start playing guitar for a musical next week, and I'm going to be busy for another couple months. So I was like, I should take a trip. Like a little vacation. I could stay at an Airbnb. I can eat some takeout, try and do COVID safe, whatever. And not too, because I don't care. I was like, let's go to the bar. But
did you go to 6th Street?
Yeah.
What bar did you go to?
I don't remember the names of them, to be honest.
Did you go to that one that we went to? The Buffalo Bills?
No, I didn't. And I wouldn't have remembered that name either. Buffalo Billiards.
Yeah.
The pool hall. Yeah, that would have been so fun. I wonder. Yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah, it's on 6th Street.
That it's kind of smelled like
the other one was
beer.
the Jackalope.
Oh yeah.
That's where Cooper Lakota Moon.
That's
works.
right. That's right. And then the one we played at. Oh, that doesn't exist anymore.
Beerland.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's torn down.
What was I gonna say? Anyway, so I decided to go on this trip because I was like, well, it's going to be really cold. It looks like it's going to be colder in Nebraska that weekend, and so I'll go somewhere warm, and
you could have picked almost anywhere in the United States.
I know. I had a friend down in Austin who just also happened to be like, oh, you should come visit me, and I was like, oh, that's a good idea, and so I kind of looked up prices to rent a car. As everyone's like, oh, why don't you fly? And I was like, I kind of like driving.
What kind of car did you rent?
It was a Toyota Camry. Well, I don't get the option. I showed up at the rental car place. It was so funny at the airport. And the guy's like, okay. It was like super early in the morning, 6 in the morning. He's like, okay, you can either pick the car or the pickup truck or the minivan.
Dude, you should have took a pickup truck.
I know. The pickup truck would have been sweet. But see, I was thinking about like gas, and I think the Camry was actually a hybrid because it showed the charging of like the battery, or it was kind of the gas mileage thing, but it was still, no, it was probably wasn't a hybrid because it was averaging about, it's like 35 miles per gallon ish.
Why didn't you just take your own car?
Because I didn't think it would make it.
You've already taken it down there.
I know. I didn't think it would make it though because it's like it's old. I mean that thing is having trouble starting right now too. But every car is
because it's cold,
dude. Okay, so continue on this story. I started driving down there. It was fine. I was having fun. I got all the way to Texas. So that's about 8 hours of the drive, and then there's like another 4.5 hours through Texas to get to Austin because it's kind of like in the middle, south, whatever. And across the border, I eat at Whataburger, whatever. And Whataburger. Everyone says Whataburger. Anyway, so then as soon as I'm like rolling into kind of like through Fort Worth, I mean, it hadn't been bad yet. It kind of seemed like it was precipitating. By the way, I had looked up the weather like 3 days because I got the rental car 3 days before I went. I looked up the weather.
What? 3 days? Did you have to pay for those, or you just pay the miles?
No, I mean, I ordered it 3 days before I went.
What the fuck did you pick it up 3 days before?
I just wanted another car, But yeah, it was kind of, so I looked up the weather when I did that, and it said it was going to be like 55, 54 that weekend. So I was like, oh man, like it's not as hot, as Texas normally is or whatever, but like, it's winter and like it's going to be really fucking cold here. So whatever. And then I was driving and I was like, wow, it's like exactly 30 degrees, which is like, as we know from living here, is like the perfect temperature, like 30 to 33 degrees. It's like if it's raining and that temperature, it like immediately will turn into ice, kind of.
Yeah, it's called freezing temperature, man. It's 30 to 32, not 33. 33 does not freeze.
Well, it wasn't 33.
I thought you were a scientist. You're a venture capitalist. I always get those confused.
So in Texas, I mean, they have dealt with it before, so it's not like they're completely unprepared to deal with this, but I think they also did not expect it to be that temperature or that cold, and so they didn't treat the roads or anything. And what they do down there to treat the roads, they just put like sand on it because they don't need anything more than sand, kind of, usually, but they didn't even do that. So roads are completely untreated. So I was driving to Fort Worth, and I got like Google Maps like diverted me off because the interstate was still closed when I was driving from that huge like 130 car pileup, and because it was fucking icy, and so I went up this wacky ass way, and I was like, oh, that was weird, that was fucking stupid. Okay, whatever. I'm still like it was like 2.5 hours out or something of Austin, maybe 3 hours. Then I was fucking in standstill traffic outside of Waco, like north of Waco, for like an hour and a half, just like sitting on the interstate, not doing anything. And I was like, oh my God, I was just like screaming. And then I got diverted off, the thing, and I went all these different ways, back ass alleyway, way, got back on the interstate, another like an hour and a half, like standstill way. I mean, it was insane. So the whole drive down there ended up taking me like 19 hours instead of 12 and a half. So it was like almost a whole day. Go. I know. That's what. So Blake was gonna go with me, and it's like,
I'm happy I didn't go.
It's just like, I'm like, oh my God, you're so lucky. But anyway,
I spent about that many hours hungover this weekend though. So I didn't get out of bed on Sunday until pretty late.
So, and everything was like that. It was super fucking cold, and then everywhere we went, it was kind of like, oh, do you have a reservation? I was like, fuck, I didn't think about that. You know, it was like a bigger city. I don't know. I just
really,
like,
Austin's like that.
Yeah. Well, these places. Well, and I didn't even think I was going to that nice of places and everything, but like some places, yeah. And like then we're going to brunch. You know, we're waiting for like an hour for like the table, and then when we got there, my friend's car, like he's driving a relatively new Toyota Tundra or whatever, or RAV4 maybe, I don't know, the SUV thing, and it like wouldn't start, and I was like, oh my god, it's cold and your car won't start. Why am I dealing with this in Texas? You know what I mean? And I was like, do you have jumper cables? And he was like, no. And I like looked at my rental car. Of course I don't have jumper cables either. So we go to the auto parts store, get jumper cables in my car, come back. You know, this is like after we had brunch last day on Friday or on Saturday maybe, and then I try to start his car, but I think the rental car, they make it maybe so you can't like use it to jump another car, because they have like plastic pieces like kind of over all the nodes where you would attach the
a lot
thing.
of cars have those.
Well, I know, but
pull them off.
I don't want to break it off because it's a rental car, right? So I was like, fuck, you know, and so then he was like, I'm going to call my brother. And he called like his little brother is like, and he goes to UT, shows up with like a big GMC truck, you know, and is like trying to start the car. And he's like, maybe it won't start because it's cold. And I was like, dude, it's not that cold.
It's
like
I
live in,
I
was like, you guys don't know what cold is,
dude,
you know?
My 2006 minivan started today when it was -2 degrees.
And I was like, these motherfuckers start. Their machines are made to start, whatever. So he, but of course, we charged a little brother's battery, got it working, whatever, and so then I ended up just like getting sushi with them, whatever, hanging out.
Wait,
and then,
so you went from brunch, started the car, and then immediately went to sushi?
So no. We went from brunch, couldn't get the car started, so we went to In-N-Out, and I had like another burger, and then when his brother finally responded while we were in and out, was like, hey, what's up? And he's like, I just got up, sorry. And he was like, my car won't start. He's like, oh, I'll come help you. And so then he started my friend's car, and then his little brother was like, do you guys want to go eat something? And I was like, dude, I already ate 2 lunches, but okay. And so we went for sushi on one of those like conveyor belt fucking sushi things.
Dude, I heard there's one of those in Omaha now.
Really?
Yeah, that Tokyo place.
Oh, they do that now?
The old market, yeah. I heard
really?
That they have that.
Yeah. I think I heard that, and it's been like for a little while. I know you go down there.
Pull it off.
You just like pull it off, and they count it by the plates. Like, you know, here it was like $2.70 something for a plate, per plate, and there's like 4 little pieces or like 2 pieces of sashimi or something. It was really good. Also, it like didn't look.
Stop touching me.
It didn't look that great, but okay. So
you'd have to be watching the podcast.
Then after that, with the store, we went to like look at a store, and then the store kind of announced over the intercom, they were like, we're gonna be closing early tonight because of inclement weather, whatever. And I was like, because of the incoming storm. And I was like, incoming storm. I looked at my phone, and it was like 2 a.m. or something, or it was like gonna start snowing. And I was like, oh my god, like I already came down here, Texas, and they're losing their shit. They're gonna close everything. So then I was going to hang out with another friend. The other friend was like, hey, do you want to go get wings? And it was like, sorry,
Jesus Christ.
I went and got wings. Got wings with a friend. Went to go stay at his place. And then at like 11 p.m., I was like looking at my phone, and I saw that it was just going to like snow the next day. And I looked at my friend, and I said, I'm just going to fucking start driving now. It was Saturday night.
You weren't drinking?
I had a couple beers. And so then...
Oh, where'd you say you stayed in Oklahoma City?
Outside of Oklahoma City. I just started driving. I stayed in like a small Oklahoma town, and the fucking hotel smelled like fucking incense, like, and it smelled like kind of disgusting, like incense, like fucking. I don't know. It's just weird. I mean, like that smells good, but you don't want to sleep and like smell incense.
We know what you're trying to say.
Oh my god! And then, so I know this story's long, but it's culminating in a bunch of things. So. Finally get home. When I was driving home, it ended up being a snowstorm. I hate driving 1-lane highways. The interstate was like just 1 lane because they had plowed the snow out of it, and that's like how I was driving home. So by the time I got home, got the rental car turned in, got an Uber back. It was really fucking cold.
Oh yeah, it's supposed to pick you up.
Well, or Tom, you know, both of you guys are busy, whatever. Michael didn't answer, and so finally, yeah, thank God there was a guy driving Uber, because like no one's driving Uber now because of COVID, and because everyone's like driving like Grubhub and shit now, you know, because everyone's getting food. Anyway,
yeah, especially you.
I don't do that.
You don't get food. You just told us that you ate 7 times.
I don't get food. I don't get food delivered. I know, that was crazy. But anyway, so this is the part of the story that's insane. So I finally get to my house, and I'm like delirious because like there's one thing is like I don't mind driving long lengths, driving 12 hours, whatever. It's like focused driving. Like when it's like I might die because it's rain, you know, like so you have to be really hyper focused on everything. And if you have to be like focused and concentrating like that for like however long I was, I think, you know, this drive was not that bad. It was like 8-9 hours from Oklahoma or whatever. So like I was really delirious. I drank a couple beers and I got kind of like drunk. I was on Twitter and I saw Elon Musk tweet something about Dogecoin, and I was like, QQ, whatever. And I saw him comment on someone's comment about Bitcoin, and he was like, oh, I'm giving away Bitcoin. You should go to this website or whatever. So he goes to this website, and it was like, hey, Elon Musk, Tesla, giving away. It's like, you send us any amount of Bitcoin, and we'll give you back 10 times that amount of Bitcoin. And I was like, what the fuck? And then I was looking at Robinhood, and I was like, fuck, you can't send or receive on Robinhood. Like, oh my God. And it was like, oh, only so many left, you know? I was like, oh my God. I was like panicking. I fucking like texted my coworkers. And I was like, you guys should do this. I can't do it because of blah, blah, blah. And I tried to set up because I had a Coinbase account, but it had been inactive for a little while. So they needed to verify my bank accounts. They couldn't, so they'll still let you trade, you know, even though you didn't have a thing. So I like bought Bitcoin. I was going to try and give it to this thing that I saw on Twitter. It's like Elon Musk say something, right? I was about to give like a few $1,000s of like, I wanted to be like, I'm buy this Bitcoin. Of course it was like went down. Every time you do a transaction on Coinbase, they take a fee.
It depends.
Anyway, so, and I was just like, so I'm like, basically, I was like losing money a couple times. So I was like, man, I was fucking manic. But of course, the funds, if they don't clear your account, they don't let you send it or receive it to anybody. So I couldn't send it to the thing. It was like a fucking scam post. It was someone, because I'm old.
No shit.
Because
somebody
I'm old,
telling you on Twitter that they'll give you 10 times the amount of money. It was
which is probably illegal anyway. I was so fucking delirious. I was like almost crying. Like I felt like I was like almost crying or like, and so I do this, and I was like, oh my God, I realized it was like, you know, someone had taken Elon Musk's picture and the name, but it was like a different account, and that's like such an old person thing to do, right?
I wish it would have let you.
I would have lost like $3,000, and then
funny.
And then, so of course I text my coworkers, like, oh my God, I'm so sorry, I'm so delirious, I'm fucking drunk. And my coworkers are like, are you okay? Like, and I was like, thank God, like they didn't like. I texted Ben Van Hoolen, I had like erased all the messages, and he was like, what'd you message me? I said nothing. Don't worry about it. And I remember I just like went and laid in my bed. It was like 9 p.m. and I was like, you know how you have like when you feel like really embarrassed if like something happened, if you like said something like really edgy on social media and it didn't work out the way you planned or like something like that. It was like that sort of like I'm embarrassed and I don't know what to do with myself, and like I can't believe like I texted my coworkers this shit, you know?
I never feel like that.
I know I've talked a lot in this beginning part, but it was like my weekend from hell that just ended, and now it's like I have to wait for like all the shit to come out of my Coinbase account and be like, no, I don't want about my bank account. It's just like so stupid. Anyway, so I heard you got into Bitcoin this week.
Yeah, I didn't do anything that's stupid though. Yeah, Elon Musk, he personally called me and said, hey, give me some of your Bitcoin and I'll give you 10 times more than you gave me, because that makes sense. Because that's how investment works. Why would? Anyway, in news, some good news. Your boy got invited to Clubhouse.
Oh my God!
And I invited Ben to Clubhouse, so we're on Clubhouse now.
That's right. I did put in my bio something about Circle and Square podcast, but I'm kind of like embarrassed about it, you know, because no one likes it. So hey, if you're listening to this, subscribe, like, share, subscribe.
Just keep in mind that I was the first one invited. How was I invited? How did I get invited to Clubhouse? Oh, I know. Sam Parker.
Sam Parker
invited me to Clubhouse, and then I invited this one dude from Serbia. that I was hanging out with this weekend for some reason. And he was giving me some cryptocurrency investment advice.
Oh my God.
And then I had one.
They could do a lot more shit over there in Europe.
Well, I mean, he lives here. He doesn't live.
Oh.
And so I had one more invite, and I gave it to Ben, and so we'll hope that he uses it for.
Hopefully the greater good.
Well, hopefully he doesn't get scammed on it like he did on Twitter.
Holy shit! Can you believe that? I mean, everyone,
it
of
takes
course,
a true idiot to get scammed on Twitter.
When they on Wall Street Bets, when they like call each other retard, like they mean me. You know what I mean? Like they're talking about me.
Well, we just got demonetized. Oh wait,
we don't make any money.
We don't make any money doing this.
God, I can't believe that. I mean, I can. I am a fucking idiot. Every time I think that I have like a really good opinion or like a really good thing to say to someone or something I should, I don't know why I'm doing a podcast, because it's like me talking publicly, but it's like anytime like I commit to doing something, I'll like spell something wrong by accident, or I'll like say, I'm always like really careful. I'm like, okay, Ben, don't spell anything wrong. Don't say anything fucking stupid. Make sure this is true. You know, I'm always like looking shit up.
That's what I'm least worried about, is the true part.
Yeah, apparently that's the thing people care about least.
The internet, you have like, if somebody can't prove it not true in 2 hours, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, exactly. I forgot to queue up the videos of like what I wanted to show you this year. Well,
he also showed up to my house to do the podcast tonight. Forgot headphones. He's borrowing my headphones. He also forgot the interface, which is what the microphones hook into to even be recorded. He had to go back and get those. So maybe he should have stayed in Texas.
And still forgot my headphones. Yeah, and then I saw the little pile of shit. It was like, oh, the light. Oh, the webcam. I was like thinking of all these things. I was like, I love I called it a webcam. USB camera?
I called it a webcam. It's kind of a webcam.
Well, yeah, it's just funny. Like, we have these words that we like, just like our generation, like we don't think about it. I said something about like
flashlight.
I said something about like a camera phone the other day, or like a video phone, and then I said smartphone. I was like, that's just every phone now. You know, every phone's a smartphone. Like, you don't say like my smartphone anymore. We used to say that.
I've never really heard that many people call them smartphones.
Well, we did for a while, like when it was in the transition period between video phones.
Speaking of transitioning. Let's move on to something funnier.
Oh, yeah, sure.
All right, so what do we have to talk about this week?
There was impeachment.
I mean, that's not news. That was fucking stupid. That was the biggest. I tried to
Dog
watch
and Pony Show.
I tried to watch Dr. Phil last Thursday, and I got interrupted
Dr. Phil.
Got fucking interrupted by stupid impeachment.
Yeah, which is so funny. Like, I mean, of course they're doing it. I mean, it's not just for optics. It is just for optics, but it's about like, you know, it's like, oh, we know it's not going to go through, but it's the principle of the thing.
It's
right?
like a boyfriend breaking up with a girlfriend, and then he's at the bar by himself being lonely, still talking shit about her. That's exactly what it is. It's like, move on, dude.
I know, yeah, dude. This is kind of embarrassing. Like, and I, you know, I get the merit of it. Like, I think Trump should be impeached for this, or like at least like maybe barred from running for office again. But if they wanted to really do that, they could have like, what's the thing with the 16th Amendment when you say that like a president's like unfit to serve or something, and they
would have had to do that before he left office.
Yeah, but they would have only had to do it with 60 votes in the Senate instead of 67 for impeachment. So it would have been much more likely, I think, to pass. You know what I mean? Because like fucking, I forget how many senators. I know Ben Sasse voted to vote. Ben Sasse voted to.
There was 5. Was there? There was only 5 Republicans.
I think it was 5. It was 5 or 6 or something. But yeah, Ben Sasse won. I was like, I'm proud of that goofy motherfucker.
Proud of him. He's only doing it because he's separating himself.
I know.
He's bidding a run.
Yeah. He's worried about his own bullshit. No, I know. I'm joking. I'm not proud of Ben Sasse.
Dude, if Ben Sasse here in Nebraska wants to fight, I'll fight him.
He's a goofy dude.
I'll fight him. They're doing all these celebrity boxing matches now. We got to get this podcast a little more famous, and then I could fight him for like a mil.
That'd be interesting. I mean, like, I've never fought anybody, so if I was like trained to fight, like, I'm afraid to get hit.
Dude,
I'm afraid to have water sprayed on my face.
You should fight Warren Buffett. That'd be sweet.
That would be pretty sweet.
Did I ever tell you the story of
goofy ass too?
I got a pair of Warren Buffett's glasses.
No.
Ray-Bans.
What do you mean? They were literally his?
Yeah. They were left behind at a bar, and somebody gave them to me.
Oh, really?
One of the I can't rat out the waitress's name that picked it up and gave them to me.
This mic keeps on like peaking, and I'm really sorry for everyone hearing that. But like, I don't know, we're gonna have to do something about this shit in the future. We'll get new mics or something.
Doesn't it get settled in the?
No, it'll still. I mean, you can't fix clipping. I shouldn't say peaking. I should say
I was
clipping.
gonna say, because peaking's probably the one thing you should try to be doing in your life, Ben.
God. Yeah, that trip was a fucking disaster this week. I'm gonna keep coming back to that because I can't stop thinking about it. It's like driving me crazy, especially the ending part with the Bitcoin and the scam. Okay, yeah, I did. My friend.
That's more than I did this week.
Oh, my friend's really nice, and I like I like begging him. He's nice.
All right. Well, this isn't Howard Stern, so we're not gonna talk about banging.
Yeah, well, I'm just saying it's it's fun, but also he's fun to hang out with, and we went to record stores and stuff. I got a record that I've actually really always wanted, like
did
an original
he pay
one.
for any of these records?
No, he did give me.
Because he already
gave me money
and told us that he steals all of his records.
that's hilarious. Yeah, no, I should have them if they have any like super big name stuff that I want at Walmart or something, like a Rage Against the Machine record or something. Like something that would be at Walmart. Where you Rage Against the Machine. That's funny. But if they did have that, because it probably is at Walmart, I would steal that from me. I told him, I was like, you should get my record, and he's like, why? You told me not to listen to it.
I'll send it to him for free. I'm trying to get rid of mine.
Yeah, you have to.
Yeah, I'm trying to get rid of them. Today's Conor Oberst's birthday.
Happy B-Day, baby.
Yeah, happy birthday, Connor. I know you listen to this religiously, and we just want to thank you.
Yeah, longtime friend of the show, Conor Oberst.
Yeah, he's a big supporter.
He's a big boy.
He's on our Patreon.
You think is he 40 now? Or he's in his 40s?
He's in his 40s,
yeah,
but 42. He's our number one patron.
I think he's about 10 years older than me.
And 10 times more talented, too.
Maybe he just turned 40.
No, he's older than that.
41.
Him and my ex-girlfriend had the same birthday, so I messaged her this morning and told her happy birthday.
Did she message back?
Mm-hmm. She said, thank you. And then I immediately posted a Bright Eyes video. February 15th, happy birthday to me.
Mm-hmm. You do that every year.
I do, every year. Every year I post that.
One time, me and Conor Oberst were really drunk at Page Turner's, and what?
I think Page Turner's is closing, dude. I saw a moving truck loading out furniture from the back of it today. This was about 3:30 today. I saw a bunch of a big box truck, and Phil was back there with it.
Yeah, I was there on the last day at least, just like the old ND. I was there on the last day, but like Page Turner's was my bar, dude. Okay, so this is a
Remember when we got kicked out for taking our shirts off?
Yeah. Well, no, that was you.
No, it was you. You were on top of the table and you fell off.
I'm saying you got kicked out. I didn't get kicked out. I texted Robert the next day and he said, "No, I kicked Blake out."
I got kicked out for what you did.
For what I did. For what you did to me.
Well, I am. You are. Did you know that video?
No.
The bowling video?
Oh no! It's who do you think you are? I am.
Dude, that was like the 15-year anniversary of that video.
Oh my God.
Or like 2 days ago.
That's one of our my friend group's favorite videos. That's hilarious. Oh my God.
Who do you think I am?
Who do you think you are? I am. Dude, so anyway, for anyone who doesn't live in Omaha, Page Turner's is my favorite bar. Co-owned by Conor Oberst, that's why we brought it up, but not because we're fanboys, but it's a good bar. And
I slept at his house.
And you gave me a bunch of CDs too from record.
You're gonna get Kevin Potter sued. Kevin Potter's
that's the worst that can happen.
Kevin Potter's already fucking not allowed back in the state of Nebraska.
You shouldn't be invoking someone's real name, but whatever.
Kevin Potter. He once got me laid in the parking lot of Oliver's.
Really?
Not Oliver's. Page Turner's. Yeah.
With that older girl.
She was only a few years older than me. She was in town for the Connor and what's his name show. Just died.
John Prine.
John Prine, and then the next day,
there's a video of Tim Dillon talking about John Prine. I just sent it to Tom today. Really? Yeah, he's telling Ari Shaffir about, like, they were talking about heroin. There's a song that John Prine has about something like gold running through your vein, or the gold runs through my veins. Like, dude, I'm such a bad. Sorry, touching you. Such a bad invoker of lyrics, and also I don't want to not misattribute things to people. I know it was anticlimactic.
Yeah, that story sucked. All right, so you said you had some investment in cryptocurrency thing. I would hope it's more than what you've already said, because that was very anticlimactic.
No, you were talking about, I'm getting into Bitcoin. And I was like, I have something to say about Bitcoin too. And it's like,
is that all what you already said?
Because, yeah, basically, like, I lost, like, with those, like, transaction fees, and, like, the Bitcoin, like, plummeted right when that happened yesterday. It just was a beautiful disaster. I basically, like, now I'm going to have to wait. The money's going to come out of my account, and I basically withdrew, like, the money that I had in my bank account. Oh, my God. In, like, my savings account.
I thought you were doing really good on investments. You're broke.
No, I am. No. I am. I have a bunch in. It's all, like, in the investments. I need to stop doing this shit. It's like, well, I don't spend my money, so I just, like, I'm going to put all the money in the market and just, like, fucking go for it, I guess.
Dude, we're venture capitalists.
God, gotta be something. The fucking world is apparently ending. I just feel like it's ending.
That's why I listen to Clubhouse all day now.
I don't know. I just feel like it's, yeah. I feel like shit's like, I mean, Clubhouse almost seems like the culmination of, like, it's like everyone coming together and everyone's trying to, like, talk to each other about, like, solving things. Like, what do you think? I love that fucking thing I sent you, that fucking Tim Dillon's Clubhouse room. Oh, should women own Bitcoin?
Yeah.
It's the fucking funniest shit I've ever heard.
Did you see the one video he released? It's like a couple of weeks ago. It's my favorite one he ever released. It's the Super Bowl party, and he's watching the Super Bowl with cutouts of his dead wife and his dead son who died of COVID. And then the sheriff knocks on the door to evict him. It's a Jeep commercial. It's a Jeep commercial. Thank God I bought a Jeep. I can live in it.
He had one yesterday where he was like, it was for Valentine's Day, and it was just him, like, with his phone propped up, like, with Clubhouse, like a Clubhouse room, and he's just, like, eating food.
And he keeps changing the rooms in his house, and it's just leaning against different things.
It's like on his pillow, or it's like in his bathtub. He's like smoking a cigarette. God, shout out to Tim, dude. Fucking dude, when you come to Omaha, I'm like gonna look like a psycho on your social media, but keep on posting shit, like trying to be sliding the comments, since I know you don't read the DMs anymore because you're too big time. When you come to Omaha, baby, I'm not playing the musical. Me and Blake are gonna come to your show, but you should. You love the Franklin scandal, not like you love it, but you know a lot about the Franklin scandal.
He's a huge fan of Al Franken.
That's his thing. Al Franken, the Franklin cover up.
Yeah, what's the dude's name?
Larry King.
Larry King from Franklin Credit Union.
Yeah.
So I get all these pedophiles mixed up.
Yeah. All these rapists.
All these rapists. I get confused. I'm sorry.
But yeah, we should go to Boys Town. We should confront them.
Now, when you say this, because you and Tim are both homosexual, what do you mean by Boys Town? What kind of boys town are we going to? Looking for?
I know. Me and Tim seem to have, like, similar taste in men too. But
what he likes,
we could go. We go there and we can go there and ask him all about the scandal, and then we can go out to a nice steak dinner. We can go to a steakhouse that's, like, not too.
You should go to the
hipster.
Drover.
I know, it's, like, not too hipster. It just has nice quality shit, but you can still get, like, old school steakhouse things, you know? Yeah, we should go to the Drover. That'd be great. Or we can go to, like, I was thinking of, like, Monarch Prime. I don't know if they're still. If
Monarch's closed. Still open. It's in Hotel Deco, and I'm renovating Hotel Deco right now.
Oh, okay.
It burnt down. Not burnt down, but there's a fire on the top floor.
Holy shit.
Yeah, we're redoing it right now.
I did not know that. Well, it's good for you guys.
Yeah, I guess.
You already did it once, and then you can just do it again. It's like, oh, okay, more money.
It would be fun to hang out with Tim Dillon, though.
Dude, it would be fun, and I wouldn't even drink. I wouldn't even have to
Well, I
drink.
don't think he drinks, does he?
No, I know. That's what I'm saying. Like, I wouldn't drink around him.
I would
wouldn't
probably
wanna,
still drink.
Yeah, I might still drink around him, too. At least we could, like, chain smoke cigarettes and hang out somewhere, dude. Tim, I mean, oh, my friend from Austin just texted me, and he said, we have no power right now. I'm cold.
Well, let's say...
They're alternating power there, too. And, oh, my God.
They're just full out of power, right? Like, their power's just down.
Yeah, their power's down.
When does the alternation of power start here?
I don't know, dude. I don't know, and I don't want to know, and I hope it doesn't affect us. I need to go get a fucking space heater, dude. My place in the corner is so cold.
I'll sell you mine for $50.
Can we actually take a break so I can queue up some of these videos and then maybe, like, you know, smoke a cigarette and come back in, and we'll do all that? Okay, we'll be right back. Ugh.
And we're back.
I was just telling Blake how disgusting his bathroom is, and it reminds me of this place. This dude
I can tell you how disgusting Ben's sex life is if we really want to get into this. And I say we drop it.
So there's a place.
We're not going to want to hear it.
There's a place in...
Ben only likes Asians.
There's a... Hey, hang on. Jesus Christ. That's not true. That's not true. But... there's this place in Cincinnati, I think, that I see.
That is not true.
Not Cincinnati. Somewhere in Ohio. I forget where.
Ohio's for lovers.
We stayed at me and my friend Eric stayed at this place, and when we went into the bathroom,
dude, my bathroom's not that dirty.
No, this dude.
There's just some pubes in there.
This dude was like, because I was playing a show, and he was like, oh, you can stay at my place. And we're like, oh, my God, that's so nice because we were going to get a hotel. That sounds great. And he's like, yeah, just here's the address. You know, just come back. You guys can crash on my couch. And we got there. And the home place, it was like a hoarder house. And just like shit like stacked.
My
like
house isn't a
old,
fucking
no. But like old food, like food bags and shit.
Is there any old food bags in my house?
No, it was so funny. We went in the bathroom and it was like... on the toilet paper roll, like on the toilet paper holder, it was like an empty roll, and then there was like a full toilet paper, thing like on top of the toilet, but then in the trash can there were like empty toilet paper rolls.
Yeah, that's where you throw empty toilet paper rolls.
There were so many of them though that it overflowed the trash can. The entire trash can was buried in a mountain of empty toilet paper rolls. It was so fucking gross. And I remember as soon as we got it, so me and Eric were just like,
empty toilet paper rolls is gross.
No, I'm just saying, but they were stacked on top of each other to where it was just a mountain. You couldn't even see the trash can. And in the morning when me and Eric woke up, we were just like,
my bathroom.
The guy was like,
that bad.
It's like, he's like, do you want some coffee or anything? And it was like, oh no, we're good. We're just gonna.
Why are you trying to compare my bathroom to that? There's a few pubes.
The second we left, and me and Eric like walked to my car and like got in my car, closed the doors, and Eric's like, let's get the fuck away from that nasty ass house.
Why did you compare my bathroom to that?
I'm so sorry to say that too, because it was really, really hospitable, like someone letting you stay at your place, whatever. I just thought it was, that reminded me, Guido, because you had an empty toilet paper roll on the thing.
Because I had one empty.
There was one on the floor, and then
I had one empty toilet paper roll, and now I'm a fucking hoarder. I'm a hoarder house. Jesus, bring up the fucking videos you saved. I'm pissed off now.
Okay. So this is getting a little niche, a little niche leftist, I guess, and it's a little niche politically too. It's kind of wonky. Like I don't want to belabor like stupid points about politics and everything. But have you heard? Do you know who Neera Tanden is at all? Never heard of her?
Sounds like an idiot.
Well, she's definitely not my favorite. Basically, in 2016, when Hillary Clinton was running for president, and before that, her organization kind of came into prominence. It's called the Center for American Progress. They kind of came into prominence. It's like it's what they call,
it's better than QAnon for sure.
What they call a liberal think tank. So it's basically like a bunch of.
That sounds like an oxymoron.
It's like how things are going to poll. It's like polling data, like stuff like that. For liberal causes, whatever. And so she was the head of the Center for American Progress, and so.
She's hot. Let's say that. She's pretty hot. She can put some head into my think tank.
Holy moly. I do like that.
Dude, I told you the whole point of this podcast is you give the facts, I'll make the jokes.
So basically that whole organization was kind of started back when Hillary Clinton ran in 2008 too, because they were trying to set up like a group of people to be ushered into the new administration if the Clintons ever got back into the White House, right? So there's all these people who basically have been doing favors for the Clintons, like, and for their foundations and all this shit for years. And when these people do them favors and they get appointed to different positions, yada yada yada. So Neera Tanden has been like a super staunch like Hillary Clinton like loyalist for a long time. And why I give a shit is because she was basically, if not the person, one of the biggest people who perpetuated the Bernie bro kind of theory. It's kind of like started with this to be like a smear against Senator Sanders. You know, all the Bernie supporters are racist, sexist, whatever. And so basically she was famous for like very harshly, she tweeted more times than Trump did during his presidency. Like, that's how often this person tweets, you know. And it's all basically like attacking leftists and like progressive policies.
She's
and
an
so,
uglier Tulsi Gabbard.
Yeah.
Well, I shouldn't say uglier because Tulsi Gabbard is beautiful.
I know.
She's just Tulsi Gabbard if Tulsi Gabbard wasn't beautiful.
So also, why should we care? Well, she's basically been a Twitter troll, and anyone who I listen to on the left who has like a podcast or show or anything, she's like personally come after in tweets and like been like a huge bitch to, basically. And it doesn't help that her voice, she sounds like this when she talks. That's how her voice sounds. Anyways, so I also don't want to, say anything that could be construed as sexist, whatever, but I hate her. And she got nominated. Everyone says Joe Biden nominated her. Obviously, Joe Biden didn't nominate anyone for this administration. It's all of like Joe Biden's people that do this kind of stuff because Joe Biden doesn't know.
So she's in the...
Not yet. I don't think she was confirmed yet.
What is she nominated for?
To head the office of the OMB, Office of Management and Budget, I think is what it is. So basically, she's like, and what's ironic is, guess who is the Senate budget, like who's chair of the budget committee is Bernie Sanders.
Bernie, yeah. So
basically he's going to be having to work with someone who personally has come after Senator Sanders, calling him all sorts of shit and saying, how toxic he is and how bad he is and how he's a Russian asset and all this stuff.
Read some of the tweets this dumb hoe has said.
Well, there's not too many of them that are like on here, but see, I don't know,
you said she tweeted more times than Trump.
Well, she deleted over 1,000 tweets right when it was heard that she was going to be nominated for this office.
Sounds like my ex-wife.
This is her talking about David Sirota. David Sirota was saying that Beto O'Rourke is the number 2 recipient of oil gas industry campaign cash in the entire Congress. And Neera Tanden says, "Oh, look, a supporter of Bernie Sanders attacking a Democrat. This is seriously dangerous. We know Trump is in the White House and is attacking Dems for doing Trump's bidding. I hope Senator Sanders repudiates these attacks in 2019. Like, it's basically like, it was the whole thing where like, Bernie should be sorry for every little thing that any supporter, any person of his, which he has a lot of supporters, remember, unlike some of these other people, basically like it was like holding Senator Sanders responsible for anything he's ever said. And she's called people like ugly. She's called people two-faced.
So she's Trump.
So she is. She's
Rosie O'Donnell.
Trump. She is Trump. So I was watching Katie Halper's podcast the other day, and they were bringing up some of Neera's old tweets. They were also bringing up tweets of people, of other like, liberal Democrats, like these people who just tweet for a living, basically. All these people that Neera Tanden wishes happy birthday, that she's seen at parties with, like people that she's friends with. And these dudes, I'm assuming they're gay dudes because I don't know who else would say like weird shit like this, but like there was like these dudes that she is in good favor with, retweet, says happy birthday to, that were saying like, Bernie Sanders should like choke on someone else's cock and like get someone's cock out of Bernie's ass and like all this like crazy shit like these people would say, like really. And it's like these like liberal people are like bashing like Bernie Sanders supporters for being so like vile, like, and spewing all this vitriol on the internet. And like what they do is like it's just like pot calling the kettle black stuff. It's like they are way worse at it, but it's not picked up in the media because there's not this thing with Bernie bro. Anyway, there's a there were a lot of fun things about her confirmation hearing. I hate to hear her voice and everything, but basically during this confirmation hearing, of which Bernie's presiding over, ironically, he's like in charge of the hearing. Senator Kennedy has a few words to say to Neera Tanden about her old tweets, and it's pretty funny.
I have to tell you, I'm very disturbed about your personal comments about people. It's not just one or two. I think you deleted about 1,000 tweets. And it wasn't just about Republicans. And I don't mind disagreements in policy. I think that's great. I love the dialectic. But the comments were personal. I mean, you call Senator Sanders everything but an ignorant slut.
That is not true.
And when you said these things, did you mean them?
I would have said ignorant.
Senator, I have to say,
I like how someone says, I wouldn't have said ignorant. Bernie's a slut.
I deeply regret my comments.
I understand that, but
And
when
I
you
feel
said
badly
them, did
about
you
them.
mean them? I understand you've taken them back, but did you mean them?
I'd say the discourse over the last 4 years on all sides has been incredibly
I'm
polarized.
asking about yours. Did you mean them?
I really feel badly about them, Senator.
Did you mean
I
them?
feel badly about them.
Did you mean them when you said them?
I mean, I would say social media is I've
Did you
learned a
mean
terrible-
them?
The social media is a hell of a drug. I mean, like, it's like
Imagine if a Republican would say something.
exactly, and also just being able to like not answer the question. It's just like so stupid. Anyways, keep going.
When you said them?
I feel terribly about them.
Did you mean them when you said them, or were you not telling the truth?
I mean, I feel badly. I look back at them. I said them. I feel
Answer the
badly
question.
about them. I deleted tweets over
Are you saying that because you want to be confirmed?
No, I felt badly about them. And
Did you
deleted
mean them when you said them?
Senator, I must have meant them, but I really regret them.
I want the record to reflect that I did not call Senator Sanders an ignorant slut.
I don't know how I should take that, Senator Kennedy. Thank you, Mr. Chair. Excited about your leadership.
I love Bernie.
The record to reflect.
That I did not call Senator Sanders an ignorant slut. I wish. And Brianna Joy Gray put this perfectly. She was like she's like the true she's like the true bad thing, or like the like bad thing about COVID is that like the mask prevented us from seeing Bernie Sanders like reaction.
Dude, that guy, he's the star of it. Just that's the best way to end it. I just want the record to reflect. I did not call Senator Sanders an ignorance.
Anyway, so she'll most likely be confirmed.
Oh,
And-
yeah.
and Bernie Sanders
What an
will,
ignorant cunt.
and Bernie Sanders will most likely.
Oh, he'll accept her.
Yeah, he'll vote for her and everything because it has to be partisan, and it's what's really sad is because like she almost single-handedly was, like I said, like in charge of the fucking Bernie bro narrative, which is just, I don't know. It's sad. It's sad to see. It's sad to, I don't know. It's sad to witness all that because it's oh my God.
But the good sign is they have enough Purell and sanitizing strips on the fucking table to
Choke a
take
horse.
care of all these goddamn gross cunts.
And I'm gonna get wash themselves with their fucking like, since I don't know, it's just like it's kind
What a bitch.
I know. I was gonna say something about there's another thing that happened this week where this is another niche leftist thing, but there's this guy named Nathan J. Robinson, and he forget Current Affairs. He founded this magazine blog thing called Current Affairs. It's kind of a leftist site. I don't know what you call it, but he also wrote regularly for The Guardian, and he wrote this tweet. I kind of want to find it here. And basically, he lost his job after tweeting something kind of sarcastically, and it's so mild mannered compared to like you think about Neera Tanden, who tweeted all this like vitriolic shit, who's getting nominated to like an office in our government. Nathan J. Robinson, who's saying something that's like sarcastic, obviously a joke and kind of true in a way. He says, "Did you know that the U.S. Congress is not actually permitted to authorize any new spending unless a portion of it is directed towards buying weapons for Israel? It's the law." And then he said that he kind of like thought, he was like, well, maybe someone might be stupid enough to take that as fact, so I'm going to like say something after it. And so he put a comment, he says, "Or if not actually the written law, then so ingrained in the political custom as to functionally be indistinguishable from law." Which is hilarious because, yeah, it's like this COVID relief bill, you know, there's like money in it to like give weapons to Israel. There's like always there's money for Israel and this stuff, right? And yeah, he got an email from The Guardian. It was basically, the guy was like he wrote it for, because it's UK based, and so apparently the ties, saying bad shit about Israel is like more not tolerated in Europe than over here, apparently, especially in the UK. I don't know this, but that's what he was kind of saying. And the guy emailed him and was like, it was like that. He's like, "You're basically perpetuating fake news because that's not real. That's not actually a law." And he was like, and Nathan was like, "Yeah, I know, it was a joke." And they were like, "Well, you know, you are allowed to say whatever you want on Twitter, and it's free for you to do that, but you know, but basically he's not writing for them anymore because of this tweet." I just thought that was kind of interesting. Like he dared be very slightly and in a funny way critical of Israel, you know.
That seems to be a thing. Like, you can't be critical of Israel right now.
Yeah, or just like, I mean, it's been like this for a long time, and it's just funny because, like, obviously, like, you know, we live in Omaha, and like the Jewish population here is like not large at all. But you know, if we were somewhere that was like more desirable to live in, you know, we you know, you might think about that aspect more. So, but basically a lot of people are afraid of being labeled as anti-Semitic because like that's one of the biggest things. It's like being called like a racist or being called whatever. Like people are so flippant with it, and it's like so easy. It's so easy to throw that around and to sort of like stir a narrative and like to
get this bitch off the screen. I can't look at him.
But yeah, it's like. You can't say anything critical of Israel or else you're like anti-Semitic. But it's funny, it's kind of ironic that a lot of like the biggest critics of Israel are like, it's like Noam Chomsky, you know, he's Jewish, and like Bernie, you know, he's Jewish, you know, and then everyone calls them like self-hating Jews or whatever. It's like, even if they're Jewish and they're critical of Israel, it's like, well, you're not Jewish enough, you know. Can you imagine? It's like, if you don't vote for me, then you ain't black.
Well, they've done that. They've literally done that to the Democratic Party. Has done that to black people. Like, you're not. What Joe Biden said something.
That's what I was quoting that. I was quoting that. That was the Breakfast Club.
You're not.
He said that to Charlemagne. Yeah, and see, like, it's so funny how like stuff like that does not follow them around at all. But can you imagine if Trump said that to Charlemagne? Can you imagine if Trump said that? Right? I don't want to always do that whole thing where it's like, can you imagine if Trump did this? Can you imagine if Trump said that? But like, it is true. I mean, like every time there's a Democratic president, they always seem to like get away with a bunch more shit. Where like, it's almost like there's just like a memo that goes out to the media, like, okay, don't talk about this.
Well,
they're just fed what to say anyway. I shouldn't say that.
This brings back to the first ever episode of our podcast when on, I think it was Cinco de Mayo, Trump ate a
when he said taco bowls are the
taco
best.
Bowls, but then
at Trump Tower, I love Hispanics.
Hillary went to the Breakfast Club and pulled out a thing of hot sauce.
I don't think that was supposed to be pandering to Hispanic people. It was supposed to be pandering to black people.
It was, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I'm not saying two Mexicans. It was two fucking black people. She was on the Breakfast Club and like, oh, I always have hot sauce on me, and nobody called that out.
Yeah, I mean, like, you know, I guess people did because we all heard about it, but it's not like it was like on CNN with like a chyron that says like Hillary Clinton pulls hot sauce out of you know, because that's what the shit that they would do with Trump. It was like always like the little things, and it would just be on their stupid scrolling
the
thing.
The one Cuomo got called fucking Fredo, and he said that it was equivalent to the N-word. What a fucking cock.
You know, that dude is a cuck, dude. Oh my God, Fredo. God bless him, though.
Dude, you just committed a hate crime.
I know.
You just called him Fredo.
Well, I can say the F word because I am Italian. And gay. I can say both F words, Fredo and fag.
I wish I was Italian and gay.
Do you?
Kind of. I just want to say those words more. Those are like my two favorite words.
Yeah, wouldn't you miss the ladies, though?
Yeah, but I might be able to substitute it just to be able to. I don't care about Fredo. I just want to say the other F word more.
You could be like you could be like any white woman who is queer now. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
So you're gay and you're out doing gay shit. That's what they always say. It's
I'm doing hot girl shit. I'm bisexual.
They're always like, it's like, oh, no big deal, just out here doing gay shit. And I was like, okay, you only have sex with men. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? It's like. And
then if you call them out,
I guess being bi is just a state of mind, like, and no one can like see inside your mind. So it's like, well, I am bi, but I only fuck dudes. It's like, oh,
you're
okay.
Gatekeeping if you call them out, though.
Yeah, or something, or like
I say we call it gatekeeping.
That's the thing. It's like people are so like, I feel like people don't even want to be associated as like gay anymore, because like even if someone is gay, it's like now it's just like
it's not as fun as polyamorous.
Well, everything's just so fucking extreme that like people can't even like be normal and just like have like a taste preference. It's like you're gonna be lumped in with these fucking crazy idiots. It's like these crazy people,
as Tim Dillon says.
I know.
This, purple-haired these purple-haired baristas in Portland. militant lesbians.
It's like, well, it's like that. It's like not even lesbians. It's like it's straight women too. No.
I hate straight women, and I'm a straight male, and I hate them.
No, it's like, of course, like every podcast is gonna be like a fucking dude fest, you know, and then I'm gonna feel bad, but it's like I hate living in this like, I don't even like want to be gay and like say it to people,
easy.
because
all you have to do is just not be gay anymore, babe.
I wish because I mean, and I could, to be completely honest. I would just have to like actually like want to have a relationship, because that's what you guys have to do.
Have you ever thought about those?
You can't just like have sex with women. It's like way harder to do it. I mean, like it's like a game that you have to play.
Having sex with women is hard.
It's like a game you have to play. You can't just like get on the app and like make it happen. Too. You know, that's what I'm saying. It's just like,
yeah, and they're bitches.
But it's like the whole thing when that was happening, when everyone was queer, you know, when it was like now queer, it's like, what does queer mean? It means like, it could mean like I'm bi, it could mean like, or I guess it could mean like I don't feel like a straight person. It's like, okay, well, it's not cool to feel like a straight person, so that's everyone now, right? It's like you all want to be queer now. That's great. It was just like, it just felt like it was like taking like a movement that people like actually suffered through for a long time, and then it was just like a bunch of straight people being like, oh, I'm wacky, you know. It's like I'm a girl and I like to fucking dress like a dude, and the dude's like, I'm a dude and I like to dress like a girl, and they like still fuck each other, and it's like, I'm actually a girl, I'm actually a guy. Okay, yeah, but you're straight, you're having P and V sex, like, come on.
That means penis and vagina.
It's like, what? It's like, what is wrong with people? Like, why do you have to do this right now? Like, can we do something else? Can we just like, I don't know. And it's just like everyone being fucking like, oh, I'm non-binary. It's like, okay, no, you're not.
I don't know, but porn has gotten good recently.
Yeah, it's getting crazy.
Yeah, porn's getting kind of crazy.
It's funny because in porn too, it's like, well, it still doesn't vary so much between some of the old kind of things, is because like when it really comes down to it, what people are attracted to, a lot of people aren't attracted to this fucking wacky ass shit. They might be attracted to.
I'm into some wacky ass shit.
They might be attracted to some wacky ass stuff, but it's not like, I don't know. I still see porn being very, and maybe just because I seek out like regular porn, but it's not like.
Dude, I'll turn you on to some fucking nasty porn. I'll show you some shit that will make you question your sexuality.
Sure. Yeah, I've seen that stuff too.
I don't know. I've watched some weird shit.
Yeah, that's good. That's good for you. I mean, it's like
it's fucking up my brain.
It's spitting up the boundaries, just of what's acceptable. It's fucking up my brain.
Dude, I think I'm a queer now.
Really? Like chicks with dicks and stuff? Is that what you mean? Like looks like a girl, but like says.
I thought that's what queer meant. Just weird shit.
Oh yeah. I think queer means whatever you want it to mean. That's how they get away with it.
My favorite kind of porn is like a construction worker coming to do work at my house and just blows out the back of a 50-year-old MILF. Like, I love that shit. That's my game. I also like it. That exact same porn. That exact same porn. The husband shows up and he watches. I like that.
It's like, no, that stuff's funny too, because okay, well, I'm not into the stuff where it's like a scripted, like it was like at a studio and like or something, where it's like
you're like amateur.
Where it's like the mom like drops something and she's like, oh, and the son just like, I hate it. It's like, see now,
oh, you got a big football game tomorrow, let me jerk your cock.
it's like her son.
Yeah, I love it. It's her stepson. Let's not be
it's always you're right, it's her stepson.
That's its stepson. We're not freaks.
So like that stuff, like I just when I see like the overproduced stuff, I just like, I want someone who took like their phone, and they like propped it up against the wall.
Amateur
and then,
porn.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like that's the kind of stuff I like. I like to see how people actually do it.
I like that too. I do like that too.
You think we're going to lose a lot of viewers for that? For going into porn?
What we have 5. How many could we lose?
Like 4, or maybe all of them.
Our moms will be the only 2 listening still.
But the last podcast was good, but maybe talk about porn less.
The part where you talked about fucking your moms at the end was kind of weird.
Did you see that? Did you see that? Like Mike Marasco and Simon Joyner like started a podcast the exact same week that we did.
What was that called? I don't want to say anything bad. Gotta stop.
Almost too small. No, come on, I love both of them. I love Mike so much.
2 white guys playing jazz music. Is that the name of the podcast?
Something about music. I haven't listened to it yet though. We've been having guests on and shit. But like we need to set up our game. Our fucking mics are all peaking. We had no guests. We have no music.
Our mics won't peak once we send it to post.
Yeah, once we have a few more.
Post as if we have like an actual post production company.
No, it's not. You can't. Like this, what you can hear right now when I'm peeking.
Take your face away from the fucking mic.
I'm saying, but that just comes through. So
well, you know what? It's still gonna be funny.
It will still be funny, and what's good is if you subscribe and you tell your friends about it, and we have a bunch of listens. Like maybe we can start making some money, and we can buy nicer mics.
You think people will give us money?
No. But I mean, it's worth a shot. I mean, podcasting's dead. We're getting into it on the end of it, just like I do with everything. Like everything I do is a bad idea. That fucking thing. I cannot believe that Bitcoin thing yesterday. I'm a fucking
literally
idiot.
Everything you get into is already dead. Like all the boys that you bang.
They're already dead.
Necrophiliac. That was a necrophilia joke.
No, I love these dudes. If you're listening right now, I love you. I love you.
And that would bring us up to 5 listeners. So I hope you're listening. And our Patreon that we haven't started yet.
Yeah. I love you, and I just need a little more money, and I can buy you whatever you want.
Yeah, he can buy you anything you want.
Right now I probably could, but I tried to withdraw my entire bank account that I had in my savings account so I could like give it to this fucking fake site. I'm so glad that didn't. I'm so glad that didn't work out. I'm a fucking crazy idiot person. Like I'm. It's like they put those stops on that shit. Well, yeah, so people can do stuff crazy, but it's like that helped me not being a fucking idiot. I mean, like, it's insane.
All right. Anyway, what do you say we put a stamp mark on the end of this son of a bitch?
Yeah, I think this was all right. What do I gotta say? Like, fuck Neera Tanden. You're gonna get confirmed, but you suck, and you're gonna be dragging Bernie down on budget shit and money related shit. The whole it's basically you're putting in these 4 years to make no progress happen. You're gonna get your way because Democrats hate doing anything.
And I'm really sorry about everything that I said about the halfway lesbians. I didn't mean to do that.
Yeah. You know, you are bi, you are queer, you're a part of the LGBTQ community. I would like to offer you my spot, my card, because I resigned because you all are a bunch of fucking fags. Seriously, these people are insane, and you know, and if you're gonna, this goes out to all my female listeners. If you're gonna date a man,
believe me, there's not a lot of them.
If you're gonna if you have a vagina, you're gonna fuck someone with a penis. You are not queer. You need to stop, and you
could still be bisexual though.
You need to free up some of this space, my space that you've been occupying.
All right. Well, this is gonna get into a really Hitler type homophobic rant. Our last thing that we want to say, Tim Dillon, if you're coming to Omaha and you just happen to hear this, we will hang out with you. Ben would probably have sex with you. I will not. I am a straight male, but you never know what.
I might. I love Tim Dillon that much, dude. I'm into like skinny twinks.
Well, that is not Tim Dillon. Tim Dillon is a fat gay white dude.
I would let Tim Dillon fuck me.
Really?
I really would.
We've gone too far, people. Thank you for listening to the Circle and Square. This is the end of the episode.
Yeah, and maybe after this week we'll get back on a normal.
We're gonna have an OnlyFans.
We're gonna get back on a normal schedule because we've been on crazy schedule. Look at this fucking who's coming home. All right, peace. Love you.
Love. Good night.